They are demolishing. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, I could not bring out my property. I could not bring out my documents. They are demolishing everywhere. See. They are demolishing everywhere. Oh, the whole building, the whole house, they are demolishing. Oh, Rossville, that's Ajao Estate. Rossville, that's Ajao Estate. Oh, they are demolishing everywhere. Rossville Street at Ajao Estate. See them when they came with two caterpillars. See them demolishing everywhere. I could not pick out anything from my house. So I'm interested in what people say. The people's opinion is very paramount. In fact, it's the opinion of people is paramount in peace and tranquility in every society. So I went to the comment section. Let me try to see if I can show you some of the things that I saw there. Yeah, I think this is it. You can see a lot of people making comments here. People are saying this person said this is why I can never invest in Nigeria. This person say if you say this will be totally unfair if this happened without notice. But I'm sure there must have been notice. This person said without notice, this is wrong, totally unacceptable, and I agree it is totally unacceptable if there was no notice. This person said the audacity of Omonile to sell land that has been acquired by the government is what I don't understand. At least the government should be able to find out who sold the land, who sold those land, and stop such projects at foundation stage. Yeah, maybe. I have a personal experience, and that's why I am making this video actually. I had started writing an article. I thought I would write an article and share to, sensitize people. But I decided to make a video about it instead of the article. I've actually drafted the article. And this one is a racist, I want to believe this is a racist comment. This person said, there are too many counter arguments here. The message is simple. Go and build in Igbo land. This is very, very wrong to say. This is the reason why I will not buy land or not build a house outside of my village in Igbo land. Okay. So I've seen people actually in this comment section, people saying, oh, this is actually because some people didn't voted for maybe Tinubu, or maybe didn't vote for the Lagos State government, the Lagos State governor, Sanwo-Olu, that was why this is happening. I saw some very, disturbing comments when I searched this particular video on Facebook. All right. So this person said, if Lagos State government could reclaim such an estate for public use, I wonder the stiff resistance portrayed by some of our Kano indigenous. I don't understand what this means. Okay, this one said, check it out. Igbos build houses there. All right. And this is my friend even. He is saying, and someone will now be preaching, come and buy land and build houses in Nigeria, a country where both locals and government are Omonile. All right. I don't agree with him though. Let me show you some of the comments that I said actually make me kind of a bit worried. Okay, this is it. This is where I started. This person said, massive house demolition in Ajao Estate, Lagos State. The area Igbo people reside most. Indigbo, crying, and then he said, wake up. He's calling the Indigbo to wake up. All right. So this is just this is unnecessary. It is unnecessary, highly unnecessary, and I think it is saddening. And this guy actually make a whole video, was speaking Igbo. I don't understand some of the things that he was saying, from his caption you can see what his video would actually probably talk about. And this is news on the demolition that happened. Lagos demolish illegal building sites at airport restricted area. And this, I actually saw this. This is a marking that shows that this place actually have been marked long ago, which means people have been warned. It didn't just happen suddenly. This person said, this Philip Favor said, will Nigeria still be one? Will Nigeria still be one Nigeria under Bola Tinubu? He said, Rockview Ajao Estate under demolition. You see the tribal decay in this country. You see the tribal decay in this country can never stop. This is Igbo's stronghold. And one of the areas Peter Obi won landslide. Now see the retaliation by Lagos State government. Are we still one Nigeria? The answer is big no. Now see what this person also said. He said, okay, the most important part of it is the last statement, or the last line rather. He said demolish people's building because they voted their choice. And I love how the analysis of this person, Chantel, actually sympathize with the people who lost their building, who lost their houses or properties. And then she, analyzed the need for people who are buying houses and buildings, that the need for them to hire not only just lawyers, but surveyors, because surveyors understand how to research the purpose or the original purpose of each parcel of land, regardless of where they are. That way, you don't fall in the hands of people who just want to make quick money, and they will sell land that belong to the government, or even land that belong to somebody else. People will sell it and make money. And this is not just in Lagos, happens everywhere. Now, she said, but then someone approved the building plans. I know some people parade fake CFO. This is something that is terrible. It's a terrible idea and behavior that sadly is common among us Nigerians. Our people can just sell land to you, even where it is obvious that this land, belongs to the government. The particular video that I want to play, this is it.
The Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law 2019, as amended, empowers Lagos State Building Control Agency (LAPA) to tackle illegal physical development by identifying and removing illegal structures across the state. In line with this mandate, the agency recently marked 12 illegal buildings for demolition at I.K. Peter Street at Ajao Estate in Oshodi, local government area of the state. A visit to this area under Oshodi Showo revealed that not only are the structures constructed without approvals, the buildings are also within close proximity with pipeline, while others are sitting directly on the pipeline, which is a disaster waiting to happen. Further investigation also revealed that the Federal Airport Authority (FAAN) has shared their concerns with the residents of the area as far back as the year 2016, asking them to quit without any positive response. It is on this basis, and in order to avoid a disaster waiting, that the Lagos State Building Control Agency is set to remove all illegal developments consisting of both permanent and temporary structures to prevent future disaster. It should be stressed that the owners and occupants of these affected structures have been duly served all necessary notices. NACA urges members of the public government to also assume the role of check rating officers by reporting any illegal constructions going on in their vicinities, as local officials cannot do the job alone without the support of every resident of Lagos State.
True, I agree that the government agencies alone cannot do all the necessary work that is required. Okay, and that's why perhaps I would say I'm making this video as a concerned citizen. That people are some of our people, they don't care, they just don't care, they can do anything, they feel like they can do anything, and our tendency to believe we can bribe our way out. People will I worked in the one of the federal government parastatals before, and so I understand the fact that people can, people have the tendency to want to, pay civil servants and say, we will give you money, we give you money and then they will give us this parcel of land so that we can build our house on it. You can do it, okay? You give those guys money and they will lease a land, property, just maybe empty land. You can say, oh, this is forest. But the truth is that it belongs to the government. They have a plan for it. In fact, some of those places, they left them. Like when I work in railway, there are so many land, that surrounds the railway track, every railway track across Nigeria. There are people consider this land as empty. Okay. And unfortunately, because we are Nigerians, we tend to do things that is inappropriate. Okay, so somebody will come and meet the railway staff. I'm saying, for instance, now, and say this that land that is near the railway station or near the railway track, we want to rent the place. All right, this guy single-handedly, or maybe him in collusion with some other staff, maybe senior colleagues, they will collect money and will rent that place out to that person. Okay, that Nigerian, he will go there and build a shop on it, or go there and build a house on it. They will be coming to his house to collect rent. I'm sure this kind of places, there might be civil servants who are coming there to take money from them every month as rent. So going to their landlord, it may not be people that are, some of the people that are living in this place. Maybe this lady crying might even be somebody who rent a house there. Okay. So there are other people who might have rented house there that will become victim because they will ask them to leave. But then we also find out that this is not even a surprise because they've served them many. I mean, as far back as 2013. Some even say 2016. And this demolition that happened wouldn't have happened suddenly. They probably would have given them at least six months notice that this place is going to be demolished. But being who we are, we believe that maybe it will not happen, or we keep praying. We start praying and prophesying and believing that it will not happen. That something will happen, that they would pardon us or they would overlook. Why, if we want our country to be good, if we blame government for not doing what they ought to do, we citizens also should take responsibility when we do what we are not supposed to do. For instance, building houses where you are not supposed to build houses. And again, I want to also say this: it is also wrong for us to, begin to say, oh, this is because the people that live in that place are Igbo, or people that build houses there are Igbo. I'm sure that, or I want to believe that there are other people from other different tribes who must have built houses, who must have been victim of this kind of situation. Don't agree with me, but I think it is wrong. Like this one now, even if, okay, let's even assume, let's make a wild assumption that, okay, the government of Lagos want to punish people who didn't vote for them. But if you had not built a house where you are not supposed to build a house, on a gas pipeline, for instance, if this fire, if there's fire outage, who will they blame? The government. Now the government decided to say, let's remove this structure. Who do we blame? We blame the government. So in what I'm saying in essence is that everybody is just trying to, play a fast one, and it is wrong. As citizens of this country, we need to all play our roles, whether as citizens or as government entities or as civil servants, people that represent government. It is not the people that represent government will not come from heaven. Our politicians will not come from Israel. They will not come from America. They are Nigerians like us. When somebody misbehave, whether somebody in power or somebody that is an ordinary citizen, it eventually would have implication for the remaining other citizen or some other person who will be influenced or who will be impacted. And so this is an example of this one. We need to stop behaving, like this and not expect that there is going to be consequences. Consequences would always be, we don't just know when, you know. Like when I was posted to somewhere in Ogun State when I was still in railway. When I got there, it was maybe 3 or 4 days later that the guy that is next to me came and meet me and say, Oga, there's some business that is around here, or if you are interested, that they do rent out some places out, and they will go there and collect money every month and share it with the staffs. I felt so comfortable, so uncomfortable. It was difficult for me, and I feel like they weren't comfortable with me. In fact, they frustrated me out of that place because I wasn't willing to do. It wasn't easy for me to do many of those things that people, normally do. And I'm not saying I'm better than them, I'm not trying to claim righteousness here. I'm just saying that this kind of behavior, both the people that is buying and the people that is selling, they are all wrong. Okay, people will persuade you to come and sell something, to come and do to sell something that they know that is not genuine. They will persuade you to sell it to them. And when now government or somebody comes to enforce the law, we cry foul and say, oh, government is bad. These people, I'm not trying to defend the government. I know that the government is not doing enough. They are not doing as much as they could do. But we citizens also need to caution ourselves. We need to stop putting ourselves in harm's way and expect to be bailed out. It is wrong. Anyway, it's opinion sharer, so I decided to put out my opinion on this particular subject. So feel free to share your opinion in the comment section. You can feel free to disagree. Feel free. It's opinion sharers after all. Thank you very, very much for watching.